Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Madhava Jaya Gopika Ballabha Guru Baba Jaya Gopika Ballabha Guru Baba Jai Slogananda Jai Jamuna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Jai Vishnupada Paramahamsa Pri Vrajgacharya Stotra Sutta Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Thiruvai Charanarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Skandiviti Founder Charya Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Samavata Bhakta Vrinda Ki Harinam Sankirtan Ki Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Tiny Tagore, Pimanande, all glorious to be assembled devotees, all glorious to be assembled devotees, all glorious to be assembled devotees, all glorious to Sri Guru, to Sri Gauranga, all glorious to Sri Prabhupada. Om Agyan Timirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Takshurumilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Dita Palakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Sya Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Ragunatam Vitam Tvam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Paditana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakanditam Sya Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Bando Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Srishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamandi Haripriye Panchakalpa Tarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Vyaevacha Patitana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Sarasatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is our very means of conquest, let us first offer respectful obeisances unto Narayana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, unto Narayana Rishi, the supremest human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Nasta Praya Sabadrishu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. By regularly hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam and by rendering service unto the pure devotee, all that is troublesome within the heart becomes destroyed practically to nil, and loving devotional service unto the Supreme Lord, who is praised with transcendental songs, becomes established as an irrevocable fact. Idam Bhagavatam Nama Puranam Brahmasamitam Uttama Charitam Chakara Bhagavan Rishi Nishreyasaya Lokasya Dhanyam Swasyaya Namaha. This Srimad Bhagavatam, known as the Grantaraj, the king of all Vedic literatures, is the literary incarnation of God. It is compiled by the incarnation of God, Srila Vyasadeva. It is meant for the ultimate good of all people. It is all successful, all blissful, and all perfect. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gauda Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Sarabhyai Namaha. Om Sarabhyai Namaha. Om Sarabhyai Namaha. Mukham karoti vāshanam pangum langayate girim yatkripa tamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinataram. Yatkripa tamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinataram. Hare Krishna. Welcome to our Bhagavatam class. We continue from the second canto, chapter 5, entitled The Cause of All Causes, and today's text number. Yes, yesterday was 34, 35. Sa eva purushas tasmad andam nirbhidya nirgataha sahasroru sahasra uru angri bahu akshah sahasranana Shirshavan Saeva Purushastasmad Andama Nirbhidya Nirgataha Sahasror Vangri Bhavakshaha Sahasranana Shirshavan Saeva Purushastasmad Andam Nirbhidya Nirgataha Sahasrorbangri Bhavaksha Sahasranana Shirshavan Saeva Purushastasmad Andam Nirbhidya Nirgataha Sahasrorbangri Bhavaksha Sahasranana Shirshavan.
Saeva Purushastasmat
Saeva Purushastasmad
Andam Nirvidya
Andam Nirbhidya Nirgataha
Nirgataha
Sahasrorbangri Bhavaksha
Sahasrana Shishyavan
Sahasranana Shirshavan.
Saeva Purushastasmat
Saeva Purushastasmad Andam Nirbhidya Nirgataha Sahasrorbangri Bhavasya Sahasranama Shirshavan. Saeva Purushastasmad Andam Nirbhidya Nirgataha
Sahasrori Sahasro
Little difficult. Sahasrorbangri Bhavaksha Sahasranana Shirshavan. Saeva Purushastasmad
Andam 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 Nirvidya Andam Nirvidya
Okay.
Nirgataha
Andam Nirbhidya Nirgataha
Yeah. Baksha
Sahasrorbangri Bhavaksha Sahasranana Shirshavan. Okay. Saha. He, the Lord. Eva. Himself. Purushaha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead. Tasmat. From within the universe. Andam. Hiranyagarbha. Nirvidya,
Nirvidya.
dividing.
Dividing.
Nirgataha,
Nirgataha.
came out.
Came out.
Sahasra,
Sahasra.
thousands.
Thousands.
Uru,
Uru.
uru,
Uru.
thighs. Angri,
Hungry.
legs. Bahu,
Bahu.
arms. Akshaha, eyes.
Eyes.
Sahasra,
Sahasra.
thousands of.
Thousands of.
uh, Anana,
Anana.
mouths. Sir Shaban,
Shrishavan.
with heads also.
With heads.
Translation and purport by Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai.
The Lord, Mahavishnu, although lying in the causal ocean, came out of it, and dividing himself as Hiranyagarbha, he entered into each universe and assumed the Virat Rupa with thousands of legs, arms, mouths, heads, etc. Everyone can repeat. The Lord Mahavishnu,
The Lord Mahavishnu.
although lying
Although lying
in the causal ocean, came out of it,
came out of it
and dividing himself
and dividing himself
as Hiranyagarbha,
as Hiranyagarbha.
he entered into
He entered into
each universe
each universe
and assumed
and assumed
the Virat Rupa
the Virat Rupa
with thousands of legs,
with thousands of legs,
arms,
arms,
mouths,
mouths,
heads,
heads,
etc.
etc.
Purport, very short purport. Uh, the expansion of the planetary systems within each and every universe are situated in the different parts of the Virat Rupa, universal form of the Lord, and they are described as follows. So this is the beginning of the description, creation, how the material creation, according to Western understanding, according to Western science, so-called science, there is only one creation, one-time creation. But according to Vedic science, creation takes place many times. Creation takes place again and again. Yes. There's different types of creation that will be described also. Different type of creation, different types of destruction. So this is the beginning. We'll continue reading a few more verses here. So Prabhupada is explaining in the purport that the expansions of the planetary system, they're we are living in one universe, but there are many universes. In each universe, there is a sun. In each universe, there is a moon. And every universe is different in size, just like some countries are very small, some countries are very big. So some universes, our universe is the smallest universe. Our Lord Brahma is the smallest Lord Brahma. Our Lord Brahma has 4 heads because he has a lot to think about. 4 heads. But other Lord Brahmas, they have 10 heads, 20, 100, 1,000. Yeah. So, Prabhupada is telling that the expansion of the planetary system are situated in the different parts of the Virat Rupa, universal form of the Lord. And the next text, which is 36, is the beginning of that description. Yeah. So text 36. Yasyeha vayabhairalokanna kalpayanti manishinaha katya adibhir adha saptordvam jaganadibihi. Translation and purport. Great philosophers imagine that the complete planetary systems in the universe are displays of the different upper and lower limbs of the universal body of the Lord. Purport. The word kalpayanti, or imagine, is significant. The Virat, universal form of the Absolute, is an imagination of these speculative philosophers who are unable to adjust to the eternal two-handed form of Lord Sri Krishna. Although the universal form, as imagined by the great philosophers, is one of the features of the Lord, it is more or less imaginary. It is said that the 7 upper planetary systems are situated above the waist of the universal form, whereas the lower planetary systems are situated below his waist. The idea impressed herein is that the Supreme Lord is conscious of every part of his body, and nowhere in the creation is there anything beyond his control. Yeah. So in each universe, there are 14 planetary systems. This is a very big science, actually, to study. In Jyotish Shastra, they study the different planets' position. Constantly they're changing. Krishna's arrangement is very, very intricate. Even here in the material world, everything is very nicely arranged. different demigods are helping in the universal arrangement. Just like it is said in our body, what we call the twinkling of the eye movement. We we have to keep the eye wet, so we automatically, we don't have to think. Automatically, sometimes the eyes close. The gopis in Vrindavan, they are criticizing Lord Brahma that why you're making eyes close. When the eyes close, we cannot see Krishna. This is not good creation. But the eyes are closing because to keep the eye surface wet. But all the different parts of the body, our eyes, our ears, hearing process, tongue, how the air inside the body, how the blood is moving, is all controlled by different demigods. How, we cannot know. We cannot understand. In medicine, modern medicine is not is very different than Ayurvedic medicine. Ayurvedic treatment. For example, it explains how Vedic in the Vedic culture, there are 3 types of medicines that are described. One is called Daivik, one is called Manasik, and one is called Asurik. So this Daivik is actually treatment by minerals. That's a very big science also. In Ayurveda, before, now very less. For example, gold is a mineral. Copper, iron, steel, they're all different minerals. When we eat, different kind of food have different type of mineral. Just like sometimes doctor will take test, oh, you're low in iron deficiency. That doesn't mean we start to eat iron, but we eat food that contains iron. So previously, this science was known especially by what we call Kaviraj, Ayurveda, treating by mineral, combining different mineral, and that can give energy, can make the body. That is called Daivik treatment. Then there is Manasik. Manasik means it is more practice in Ayurveda today, dealing with different herbs, natural that you find in nature. Just like in South India, there are many Ayurvedic treatment, many Ayurvedic doctors, because in South India especially we find many natural herbs in our Sayadri Sri Krishna Balaram Kshetra SSKBK. We have many natural herbs just growing like that. And then there is Asuric treatment. Asuric treatment is especially having cut and to sometimes necessary. That is also known in Ayurveda. But generally, if one is living more sattvic life, more regulated life, then one will be more healthy. So our body is being controlled by these different energies, and also the whole material universe, all the different planets, the stars, the moon, the sun, they all have uh, their uh, their orbits. So here Prabhupada will explain a little bit about in connection with the Virat universal form. It is said that the 7 upper planetary systems are situated above the waist of the universal form, whereas the lower planetary systems are situated below his waist. The idea impressed herein is that the Supreme Lord is conscious of every part of his body, and nowhere in the creation is there anything beyond his control. So that is the expression all-pervading. The Lord is all-pervading. All-pervading means he is present everywhere as Paramatma, as Super Soul. And then here text 37 is explaining a bit more in detail here. Purushasya Mukham Brahma Kshatram Itasya Bahavah Urvar Vaishyo Bhagavata Padbhyam Shudro Yajayata. Translation: the Brahmanas represent his mouth, the Kshatriyas his arms, the Vaishyas his thighs, and the Shudras are born of his legs. Report: all living beings are stated to be the parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord, and how they are so is explained in this verse. The 4 divisions of human society, namely the intelligent class, the Brahmanas, the administrative class, the Kshatriyas, the mercantile class, the Vaishyas, and the laborer class, the Shudras, are all in different parts of the body of the Lord. As such, no one is different from the Lord. The mouth of the body and the legs of the body are not different constitutionally, but the mouth or the head of the body is qualitatively more important than the legs. At the same time, the mouth, the legs, the arms, and thighs are all component parts of the body. These limbs of the body of the Lord are meant to serve the complete whole. The mouth is meant for speaking and eating. The arms are meant for the protection of the body. The legs are meant for carrying the body. And the waist of the body is meant for maintaining the body. Waste, we mean here stomach. The intelligent class in society, therefore, must speak on behalf of the body, as well as accept foodstuff to satisfy the hunger of the body. The hunger of the Lord is to accept the fruits of sacrifice. The brahmanas, or the intelligent class, must be very expert in performing such sacrifices, and the subordinate classes must join in such sacrifices. To speak for the Supreme Lord means to glorify the Lord by means of propagating the knowledge of the Lord as it is, broadcasting the factual nature of the Lord and factual position of all other parts of the whole body. The Brahmanas, therefore, are required to know the Vedas, or the ultimate source of knowledge. So, in society, the Brahmanas, they have a very special role or responsibility. They are meant to study the Vedic literatures so that they can give proper guidance in society. Yeah. So Prabhupada continues here in the purport. Veda means knowledge, and Anta means the end of knowledge. So what is the meaning of Vedanta?
The end of the knowledge.
Give them a chance. Haribo. What is meaning of Vedanta? What is meaning of Vedanta? There's two words in Vedanta. What are the two words in Vedanta? What are the two words in Vedanta? Vedanta. What are the three words in Bhakti Vedanta? Bhakti Vedanta. Brahmanas, they look one word and they will break the word, then more easy to understand. So Veda means knowledge, and Anta, what is meaning of Anta? End. End. Yes. Means what is the goal of knowledge? What is the end of knowledge? So what is the answer? What is the end of knowledge? Going to Golokadham. What's in Golokadham? Why go there?
To serve Krishna.
To serve Krishna. Yes, because that is Krishna's abode, his eternal abode. Yeah, his eternal abode. Correct, Vedanta. According to Bhagavad Gita, the Lord is the source of everything. What is one verse in the Bhagavad Gita explaining about Krishna is the source of everything? Who knows? Aham sarvasya prabhavu. Do you know this verse? Okay, now say more loud.
Aham sarvasya prabho matta sarvam pravartate iti mudva vridandeham vridabhava samandita.
Okay, what is the meaning of that verse?
Just translating their translation.
Yes.
I'm the cause of all causes.
I am
the Lord of everything.
I am the Lord of everything. Matas sarvam pravartate. From me comes everything. Iti matva bhajanti mam.
Be devoted to me.
Yes. Iti matva. Matva, those who know this, they will be engaged in my devotional service. Aham sarvasya prabhavu matas sarvam prabhavu. That is 10. 10:9, 10:8. 10:8, 10:8. Yeah. Buddha bhava samanvitaha. Buddha means those who are intelligent, learned. And bhava samanvitaha, they will worship me with bhava, with great attention. Yeah. So, in the purport, yes. According to Bhagavad Gita, the Lord is the source of everything, aham sarvasya prabhavu, and thus the end of all knowledge, Vedanta, is to know the Lord, to know our relationship with Him, and to act according to that relationship only. The parts of the body are related to the body. Similarly, the living being must know his relationship with the Lord. The human life is especially meant for this purpose, namely to know the factual relationship of every living being with the Supreme Lord. Yeah. What is that called in Sanskrit? It is called Sambandha. Sambandha Gyan. Sambandha Gyan means the science of relationship. Yeah. Without knowing this relationship, this human life is spoiled. The intelligent class of men, the Brahmanas, are therefore especially responsible for broadcasting this knowledge of our relationship with the Lord and leading the general mass of people to the right path. The administrative class is meant for protecting the living beings so that they can serve this purpose. The mercantile class is meant for producing food grains and distributing them to the complete human society so that the whole population is given a chance to live comfortably and discharge the duties of human life. The mercantile class is also required to give protection to the cows in order to get sufficient milk and milk products, which alone can give the proper health and intelligence to maintain a civilization perfectly meant for knowledge of the ultimate truth. And the labor class, who are neither intelligent nor powerful, can help by physical services to the other higher classes and thus be benefited by their cooperation. Therefore, the universe is a complete unit in relationship with the Lord, and without this relationship with the Lord, the whole human society is disturbed and is without any peace and prosperity. This is confirmed in the Vedas. Brahmano Brahmanosya mukam asid bahu rajanya kritaha. Yeah. So how many planetary systems are there? And where are we located?
On Earth.
And where is Earth?
It's in the center.
Yes. So therefore, depending on our activities, we can go up or we can go down. But actually, we don't want to go up in any planetary system. We should not want to go up, and we should not want to go down. We should want to leave, to go out completely. And that is only possible by bhakti, by the process of bhakti. Okay, any quick question? Yes.
We have Sauramana and Chandramana.
We have what?
We have Sauramana as per this Jyotish Shastra. We have Sauramana and Chandramana.
Okay.
According to
Sun or moon?
yes.
Yeah.
So in our Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, which one we are following? Either Sauramana or Chandramana.
In Vaishnav, I've not studied Jyotish, so I'm less familiar with. Our Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur had, I believe, written some very advanced book in relation to Jyotish, and I guess by reading what he has written, one can find out which one. There are two dynasties, as Prabhupada explains, or Shastra explains. There are two, Sun dynasty and Moon dynasty, and yeah, so they follow accordingly. Yeah.
This belongs to Suryavamsha or Chandravamsha?
One needs to study like Ram and Krishna, they come from different. Yeah. It's a one of the subject matters that is normally there in Gurukula. Yeah. I'm less familiar with Jyotish as such, but important subject matter. Otherwise, we cannot understand. That's why sometimes there is difference in calendars, different types of calendars. Yeah. Okay, we can close for now. Jai Grantaraj Srimad